Turmoil in Castle Hills.
Charged with a misdemeanor.
City council people taken into custody.
My name is Sylvia Gonzalez, and I was born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. I moved to Castle Hills in 2001. I decided to run for my seat on Castle Hills City Council because I had the time and the energy to work. I got a very good response. I went to more than 500 residents. They complained bitterly about the city and that they could not even get a hold of anyone because the city manager would not return their calls. Their streets were not being fixed. They're my neighbors.
See you later.
That's what they talked about. They were glad to see someone that was gonna finally be able to do something for them. And I won.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me.
By 53% of the vote.
And of this state, so help me God.
And of this state, so help me God.
Congratulations.
And I only tried to do my job and represent them.
Sylvia was obviously troubled by the concerns that her neighbors raised to her while she was campaigning. And actually, one of the people she met with suggested that Sylvia spearhead a petition to raise these issues with the city council.
One of my supporters came up with a petition. I felt the petition was important because it gave my word a lot of strength.
This was just an act of pure political expression. The petition itself was not binding. It had no legal effect. It was just meant to symbolize how things were being run at the city. By the time Sylvia actually attended her first city council meeting, the petition had been gathered and was ready to be submitted to the city.
My first council meeting, we were assigned to evaluate the city manager. You can share them now.
Objection.
Because of all the turmoil and the hostility, they can never get you to return any calls. Lasted till after midnight. Please don't interrupt me. At the end of the second day, the second meeting, I just had all these papers, so I tried to gather them, and then I tapped them on the desk. And then I just stuck them at the top of my binder. The Castle Hills police captain comes over, taps me on the shoulder, and tells me the mayor wants to speak with me. I go over to the mayor, and he asks me where is the petition that was turned in. And I told him I didn't know where it was. He proceeded to tell me that he thought it was in my binder, that he could see a little clip. And I found the petition, to my surprise, and I handed it to him, and he said, "You probably picked it up by accident." And I thought nothing of it, but I was thrown in jail.
A couple days after the meeting, the police chief spoke to another officer and let him know that the mayor was expected to file a criminal complaint against Sylvia for allegedly having tried to steal the petition that she herself had championed. The police chief turned to a trusted friend, a local attorney named Alex Wyatt Wright, to investigate Sylvia. He determined that the best charge was under a misdemeanor statute for tampering with a government record.
I went in and got handcuffed, I got frisked. They wanted me to put on this orange shirt, but I was cold and I had to sit on a metal chair. It was a very hurtful experience. And the sad part is I did nothing wrong.
The city's goal in having Sylvia arrested was to send a message both to Sylvia and anyone like her who might speak out against the way the city was running things.
I believe they were upset with me because I was trying to represent the people that I spoke with, the residents, on what they wanted. And that's why the petition was sent around. I really wanted to work hard and make that happen.
The First Amendment guarantees the freedom of speech and the right to petition the government. The government and its officials cannot then turn around and retaliate against that person in any way. And certainly, that includes arresting someone and charging them with a crime.
I was hoping that the Institute for Justice would help me.
IJ's standing with Sylvia to vindicate her First Amendment rights, because a right without a remedy is no right at all. And if any of us hope to enforce the Constitution against the government officials that it restricts, we have to ensure that constitutional violations are met with remedies that are provided in the courts of this country.